Well, Coach, just overall thoughts, 5 points, pretty successful weekend for you guys.
Don't I get to give an opening statement?
You do, like that's overall thoughts, yeah.
I mean, being there's nobody here except my loyal compadre, Carson, because I guess on the food chain, Sean Payton is a little bit higher on the food chain than Frank Serratore. But you know what, Carson? I'm glad there's not a lot of people here. I'm glad it's just you because I still haven't changed my underwear. Those lucky undies are still working right now. We've won 3 in a row, and to be honest with you, like I hope I'm wearing these lucky undies for the next 22 days or so.
Sure.
But no, good stuff. Our guys have found their stride. We've had to fight and battle a lot of adversity, and it started in our most shouldn't say most valuable position, but the most important position is that goal. And we've had 4 different goalies this year, and Mason Balboa just won his 3rd game, which I couldn't be happier for him, and happier for us, and happier for moi. No, we need to get this thing going. We've won 3 in a row. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves, and we need to have that happen because we've got a tough schedule in front of us. Not only do we have a lot of games in a condensed period of time, but we are playing in our last 4 series as we're playing the 3 top teams in the league, 2 of those which are going to be on the road. So it's a real exciting challenge, but a big, tough challenge nonetheless.
No, for sure. I wasn't here on Saturday, but you talked about how Mason got a lot better as the game went on Friday. Did he kind of follow that trajectory and have a pretty stellar outing?
We just played. I thought we played well on the weekend. I thought we were the better team in both games, and we found a way to win. I really liked our game on Saturday. We just went out, and it was tough. I can't remember the last time we saw a goalie that wasn't really good. Maybe we're just making goalies look good. I don't know. Maybe that's just a part of our deal. We're struggling to score, and we make everybody look good. But the goaltender for Mercier's, Owen Say, was really, really, both goalies on both nights. Both days played 2 different guys. Were both terrific. But Say was really good on Saturday, and he made us work for it. I thought Friday was a tight game. We ended up winning a tight, hard-fought game. Saturday, I thought we were clearly the better team. To be honest with you, I thought it could have been a 6-2 game. But their goaltender was tough, and he made us work for it. But when it's all said and done, I think having to fight through that adversity, having to battle through that, I think we're going to be stronger for it. It took a few more days off my life, maybe a year off my life. I don't know, because it was stressful. But having to go through all that and battle our way right to the end. And by the way, we scored a power play goal to win the game, which we hadn't had that for a long time. To be honest with you, the difference between getting 5 of the 6 points and getting all 6 points the night before, we didn't get a power play goal. Had we got a power play goal, we'd have won that game outright as well. But like I said, we had to work, we had to battle, we had to get to that goaltender. He made us work, and we scored that power play goal with about 5 minutes left in the game. And it's just what the doctor ordered. I think right now there's a good vibe. We're feeling better about ourselves. Like we've got a little confidence back. One win at Army doesn't give you confidence. It's like, once is luck, twice is skill. Now we've done it 3 times in a row, and we got it now. Now we know we can do it. We just have to continue to do it, and at the most important time and the most important part of the season.
You look at Mason a couple weeks ago against Niagara. He had that penalty in the last few minutes, game misconduct, led him to be out the next game. You fast forward to now, a couple points in the last few games, rookie of the week. Do you think that was a pretty big teaching moment? I feel like he's really hit his stride the last few games.
Well, you'll have to ask him, but I hope it was. It was. We had a few father-sons. We had a few counseling sessions, and but he's a good guy. He's a good boy, and he's a fierce competitor. And at times he has a tendency to boil over. Do I want to say he has anger issues? No. He has, I think, at times has frustration issues and more to do with himself than his team or his teammates. And but when he's done a terrific job of controlling those emotions, and with all that under control, with that emotional control, like. He's a force to have to contend with. Like, he's a big, strong, long guy, and very valuable guy for us on the face. You know, to be honest with you, he's a very valuable guy for us in every situation. And to be honest with you, he's not on our power play, but if he continues to win faceoffs like he is, there's a good chance you're going to see him on a power play too. Because I can tell you one thing that guy can do. If he can win draws, he can also occupy space in front of that goalie. And there's nothing better to have in front of a goalie than a big, tall, long, big man.
Going back to the power play, I mean, between the goal on Saturday, we talked Friday, and you said you thought it was a lot improved, a lot of good looks. Do you feel like there's a lot more confidence special teams wise now?
Well, our penalty killing's been great for a while, you know. So, but on the power play side, again, you know, the power plays are just, you know, just like a score, just like scores. Scores are generally streaky, and power plays are generally streaky. And because it has to do a lot of times with puck luck. Sometimes the other goalie's hot, and sometimes you're just not getting the bounces. Power plays, just like goal scorers, it's when you're not getting chances as a goal scorer, that's when you need to worry. When you're not getting chances on your power play, that's when you need to worry. If you're getting chances, eventually the worm's going to turn. And you know, sometimes you can play great, have a bunch of chances, and not get anything. And then the next game, maybe you weren't quite as good, but you're luckier, and a puck goes off a guy's rear end here, goes off a skate, ends up in the net, and but when it's all said and done, percentage-wise, I think it all evens itself out. But right now, I'm not overly concerned with our power play. What's in the past is in the past. As long as we're taking a proactive approach, we talked about it before. I've never seen a struggling power play get better by shooting less. We need to continue to push bodies and pucks to that net, and if we do that, I really believe we're going to get what we need.
You mentioned Sacred Heart, one of the better teams in the league. What's notable about what they do well?
Well, there's just no bad teams in this league, and they've just got a good team from top to bottom. They're a good rush offensive team. You got to respect the talent that they have. You know, in regards to the talent level of teams in our league, you know, you look at AIC's always got a high talent level, a high skill level, and Sacred Heart's right up there with them. And there's no bad teams in our league, but there's a few teams that have just a little bit more than everybody else. And those three teams right now are RIT, Sacred Heart, and AIC.